So this video has begun. For some reason, I'm never sure which camera will upload. Now I'm doing this direct on YouTube. They have been shutting me down in almost every video that I have been right to the point. Do you want me to get to the point? When my grandfather or great-grandfather came here into Canada from Russia, okay, everybody has a different outlook of what he did. Now, it's hard to say what was 100 and something years ago, but I found him selling hats in New York. I also found out that horses have penicillin. I also know that half the racetracks that run do not make any money. And they can say, yes, it's an outlet, and I say it's the penicillin. But the big thing is then Kentucky Derby, area 19 if you're going left, area 19, area 21 left, property 22, area 19 right, property 22 on the Monopoly board. If I can remember correctly, and don't get me wrong if I'm wrong, it's between $220 to $280, most likely near $240. And the reason for this is Cat in the Hat. And when you go to the Kentucky Derby, everybody, it's all about the hat. The hat. Communication, angel, transmission. And you say it in French, hat, cat is chat. C-H-A-T. Communication, heaven of transmission is in the head. Penicillin, and how the cat is in our head. How we have the mouse in our hand. We cannot destroy, but we can direct with this mouse over to a computer screen that doesn't read English. It reads codes. And then it sends it to you, and you reread the codes. So as the notes come into you, have you ever really looked at your screen? This is your screen. So you think it's one-dimensional, but you think it's just me? I don't have to be an expert to tell you that there's something going on within the camera and my screen, the reader. This is what I do. I read what people just say, look what happens. It's nothing, but it's more than nothing. Boston Bruins, B-R-U-I-N. Well, why don't we just reverse that a little bit and turn it into Nibiru, the planet, the red planet. We all know that horse racing doesn't exist for anything. The 4-horse and the 6-horse are yellow and black, just like the B, east and west. The same way it is on our number system. It's yellow and black. When you go play pool, the 4-ball, okay, is not yellow, and neither is the 6. The 4-ball is purple, and it plays every 8, so it plays with the 12. 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 1 and 2 is 3. 1 times 2 is 2, equaling to 23, which will equal to number 11. Where am I going to go with this? The Boston Bruins are wearing number 90. Would you like to see what number 90 does? 288 days, or on October 15th of this year, in which 73 days, the 73rd day, going backwards, okay, the 77th day going backwards is 365, and the 70, right, 7, what about 77 is 365? Don't look at it that way. The 288th day regardless, okay, is the 15th and the 14th of October, 3.1415. 288, this is your piano keyboard. But we should multiply this by 96 and not by 90. When we come over to 288, okay, when we come over to 300, this is not the right figure, 27,000 minus 1,080, which is 12. 12 times 90, 10 times 90 is 900, 990, 1,080. This should say 16, which brings in the light, to 86, which is the cat house inside the light of man's head. Okay? This is your 1.25 times 288. 1.25 times 288 will equal 360 degrees. Now we match that up with temperature. Because it says degrees, it tells you right away. If you're talking to a guy and you say, well, 360 degrees, you think he's going to know whether it's 360 degrees around or that's the temperature he's got to cook his chicken at. I want to know if I'm going to take out my cookbook now and see everything it is with 360 degrees. Now what I have to do is 0, because it's 6. I now have to multiply 288 times the 6 equals to 48, which is 4. 6 by 8 is 48, and 2 is 52, and 5 is 12, is 1728. Okay, this is the gematria, time heaven, and I'm going to show you this. You see this? You see the 0? Okay, now let's find 1728. Okay, that's not the side I want. Sorry about that. Wrong side of the record. Wrong side. Do you see the way we get 17? Right by my finger over here? Okay. You see where we get 28? Right next to the 0. So you have to count those numbers in between that area and this. So if you count the numbers, you have 40, 59, 79, 86, 96, 97, and 30 is 127, and 26 is 135. That says ace. 144, 154, 164, 172. That is the gateway. That is the gateway all the way up to over here. But we must also include the 5 on this over here. Okay, you must always include the 5. Why do I include the 5 over here? Because it's to the left and to the right. 32 degrees is the freezing point. It's the freezing point next to the gateway, the one angle of 7. But this is not 17. It's 10 and 7, and 10 has a 0 equaling 6. 17 will now equal 23. Everything gets more numbers because of the position. Are you in the 1 position, the 10 position, the 20 position, the 100 position? That's the way we work these. I was just trying to show you a small item. I don't know the totality of that figure. So now I have 1728, and now we have 1728, okay, plus 25,920, okay, equals to 8. 2 and 2 is 4. 7 and 9 is 16. 1 and 5 is 6. We have, this is the number we end up coming out with, 266.48. Now, we have to take this number over here, okay? They're small, okay, see this number over here? This shows you the 2 worlds. The doghouse is right here. Now, what I do with this is now I have to take this number, okay, and put a 6 here, a 6 here, a 4 here, and an 8 here, and center your numbers, because these are in the thousands, they have to be in the center. If we reflect all these numbers, we must double them up and then add them to a single digit. 8 and 8 is 16 equals 7. 4 and 4 is 8. We have 8 and 7. 3, 3, 4. 4, 3, 3, 7, 8. 4, 3, 3, 7, 8, okay, is the creation of the mind, the gateway. That's why 1 and 7 are together. 1728 tells you it right away. 17 is the gematria gateway. 28 is on man's head. Okay? This is in man's head. 28. 2 times 8, 2 plus 8 is 16, equals to Z. After you multiply it again, it equals to T. It will be man's mind. It all has to do with this. The hat we wear. What hat do you position yourself with? Kentucky Derby. Ken. Okay? Ken. Abraham Ken. Ken is the father. Ken says yes. Entity. Okay? Entity, tuck. Kentucky, dare, buy. Don't try to understand me. I see it in here. I can't explain it. And I hear myself talk. Okay? All the numbers will relate. When you go 90 by 288, you have the Mayan count of 25,920. What I'm going to be working on next, okay, for Mr. Willer, Paul Willer, okay, is I will show you how I connect, okay, this telephone of where they remove the Q and Z from number 7 and 9 over to the number 1, 17th key and 26. Take a look at the same number. This is the same number. Work the number. 2 times 8, 2 plus 8 equals 26. 7 and 1 is 8, 2 and 6 is 8. 2 and 1 and 7 is 8. 7 and 2 is 9. 2 and 8 is 7. How come? Because it'll equal to a 10. This number, okay, equals to 45. 45 is two numbers that will be multiplied by itself, but will never be able to trap number 3 and 4 unless you go overboard. Overboard means, here's your Rubik's Cube. You turn 1 time Rubik's Cube, 2 times Rubik's Cube, 3 times Rubik's Cube. You're 1 short. We started here, okay? But when you choose 4 Rubik's Cube, you get the whole 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, if you count where you start. If you count 5, you move 1 more. Therefore, if you move 5 every single year, in the 4th year, you have turned this Rubik's Cube all the way around plus 1. I don't like this video either, but I'm still doing it. I'm still leaving it up there. This was all about the Kentucky Derby, and by the way, if my figures are right, they have made the accumulated amount of money bet in the Kentucky Derby just at the track that I know was $125 million. Plus they bet about 7 to 8 million every other race. So there was 250 to 275 million. They take about 25 to 30% off of that because of all the kinds of wagering. Okay, so they will rake in today at 20% at $300 million is $60 million. They have given back $5 million to the horses, and whatever, how, somehow they pocket the rest. Okay, doesn't matter. I'm not looking at that. All I really want to talk about is the hat. And the hat they wear, okay, at the Kentucky Derby, the hat, in Spanish, chapeau, okay, okay, and chapeau, cat in the hat. Cat in the hat. All about this, communication. Don't be a dog, my friends. Listen, think, be sharp, be like the cat. Thank you for watching this video.